Let me tell you about a guy named Marcus. 32 years old, lives in Atlanta, Georgia. Good job, makes about $68,000 a year. Nice apartment, drives a decent car, goes out on weekends. From the outside, Marcus looks like he's got it together. But here's the thing nobody knew. Marcus had $14,200 sitting on 3 different credit cards, and every single month he was paying the minimum balance, convinced he was doing the right thing. He thought, hey, at least I'm paying something. What Marcus didn't know was that at 24% APR, those minimum payments were barely touching the interest. He was basically running on a treadmill, moving his feet but going absolutely nowhere. 5 years went by. Marcus paid over $9,000 in interest alone. $9,000 gone. Not toward his balance, not toward savings, not toward his future. Just gone, straight into the bank's pocket. And the saddest part? Marcus is not rare. Marcus is the average American. According to recent data, the average U.S. household carries over $7,000 in credit card debt, and nearly half of all Americans carry a balance month to month. Half! That means right now, tens of millions of people are doing exactly what Marcus did, making moves that feel responsible but are quietly destroying their financial future. And the scary part is, nobody taught us this. Your high school didn't have a class on credit card traps. Your parents probably told you, just pay your bills on time and that's it. Nobody sat you down and said, hey, here are 5 specific things you need to stop doing with your credit card right now or you will bleed money for years. That's why we're here today, because I don't want you to be Marcus. I want you to be the person who actually understands how credit cards work, who uses them as a tool instead of being used by them. So whether you're someone who's already in debt and trying to find a way out, or someone who's been lucky so far but doesn't actually know the rules of the game, this video is going to change how you look at that little plastic card in your wallet. We're going to talk about 5 dangerous credit card habits that most Americans have normalized. These aren't obvious things. These are sneaky, psychologically driven habits that the credit card companies are literally counting on you to keep doing. They build their billion-dollar profits on your confusion. So let's start pulling back the curtain. Hey, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to Dollar Neck Finance, the channel where we talk about real money, real mistakes, and real strategies to build the financial life you actually want. So let's talk about the first thing you need to stop doing immediately. Habit number 1, only paying the minimum balance. This one is the biggest trap in the entire credit card industry, and it's designed to look responsible. The credit card company shows you a minimum payment, something like $35 or $50, and your brain goes, oh, okay, I'll just pay that. I'm being responsible. But here's what's really happening. Let's say you have a $5,000 balance at 22% interest. If you only pay the minimum each month, which is usually around 2% of your balance, it will take you over 20 years to pay that off, and you'll pay nearly $7,000 in interest on top of the original $5,000. That's $12,000 total for something that cost you $5,000. This is not an accident. This is a feature, not a bug. The minimum payment was invented by credit card companies in the 1960s, specifically to maximize interest revenue. So every time you pay only the minimum, you're handing them a check. Stop it. Always pay more than the minimum, and ideally, pay the full balance every single month. Now, habit number 2, using your credit card like it's free money. This is a psychology trap, and it hits Americans especially hard because we live in a swipe culture. Studies have shown that people spend anywhere from 12 to 18% more when paying with a credit card versus cash. Why? Because the pain of paying is delayed. When you hand over physical cash, your brain registers the loss immediately. When you swipe a card, that pain gets pushed to future you, and future you is always optimistic. You're thinking, I'll figure it out next month. But next month comes, and you've got a $1,200 bill for things you barely remember buying. There's even a name for this in behavioral finance. It's called the decoupling effect. The purchase and the payment are separated, which makes spending feel consequence-free in the moment. So what do? Start treating your credit card like a debit card. Before you swipe, ask yourself, do I have this money sitting in my checking account right now? If the answer is no, you're spending money you don't have. It's that simple. The credit card is just a payment method, Not a loan, not an extension of your income, not a safety net for lifestyle inflation.
All right, we're halfway through, and this is where it gets really eye-opening. Habit number 3, ignoring your credit utilization ratio. Most people have no idea this exists, and it's costing them on their credit score every single month. Your credit utilization ratio is the percentage of your total available credit that you're using. So if you have a $10,000 credit limit and you've used $4,000, your utilization is 40%. Here's the problem. Anything above 30% starts hurting your credit score, and anything above 50% can seriously tank it. Your credit score affects everything: your mortgage rate, your car loan, your insurance premiums, even whether a landlord approves you for an apartment. A single percentage point difference on a 30-year mortgage could mean tens of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. So while you're thinking about your credit card as just a spending tool, it's also silently reporting your behavior to the 3 major credit bureaus every month, and a high utilization is a red flag to lenders. The fix is simple. Keep your usage below 30% of your limit. If you need to spend more, ask your credit card company for a limit increase or spread spending across multiple cards. Habit number 4, chasing rewards without tracking the cost. This one is for the people who are smarter with money but still getting played. You signed up for a travel rewards card, you love the points, you're swiping on everything: groceries, gas, dinner, streaming subscriptions, because you're earning rewards. Here's the question nobody asks. What's your interest rate on that card? Most premium rewards cards carry 26 to 29% APR. If you're carrying any balance at all, the interest you're paying is almost certainly more than the value of the points you're earning. A round-trip flight worth $400 in points? You've already paid for that in interest 3 times over. Rewards are only a win if you pay your balance in full every month, period. If you're not doing that, you are literally paying the credit card company for the privilege of collecting points you think are free. Habit number 5, applying for too many cards too fast. Every time you apply for a new credit card, a hard inquiry hits your credit report. 1 or 2 of these is fine, but when you're signing up for 5 different cards in a year because you're chasing sign-up bonuses, and yes, this is a real thing people do, each hard inquiry can drop your score by 5 to 10 points. And more importantly, lenders see multiple applications as a sign of financial desperation. It signals that you might be trying to access as much credit as possible, which raises a red flag. The sign-up bonus game can be worth it, but only if you're disciplined, methodical, and spacing out your applications. Don't let the promise of a $200 bonus lead you into a pattern that quietly damages your financial reputation.
Now let's bring it all together, because I want to give you the real talk that most financial channels won't. Here's the thing about credit cards that nobody says out loud. They are one of the most powerful financial tools available to everyday Americans, but only when you understand the rules of the game. When you don't understand the rules, you're not a player, you are the product. The credit card industry made $130 billion in interest and fee revenue in a single recent year. $130 billion. That money came from people just like Marcus, people who were doing their best, paying their bills, living their lives, but never actually learning how the machine worked. And the machine is built on behavioral psychology. It's built on the idea that humans are naturally present biased. We value what feels good now more than what's good for us later. Credit cards are engineered to exploit that. The rewards, the minimum payments, the easy approvals, the beautiful card designs, all of it is crafted to make spending feel good and painless right now. Your job is to flip the script. Here's your action plan starting today. Number 1, pull up every credit card statement you have. Write down your balance, your interest rate, and your minimum payment. Actually look at the numbers. Most people avoid this because it feels bad, but you can't fix what you don't face. Number 2, calculate how long it will take to pay off your balance making only minimum payments. Most credit card statements are actually now required to show you this number. Look at it. Let it shock you into action. Number 3, commit to paying at least double the minimum payment every month.
ideally the full balance. Number 4, check your credit utilization and get it below 30% if it's not already. Number 5, stop using your credit card for discretionary spending until you have a plan. Use it only for fixed, budgeted expenses that you know you can pay off in full. And most importantly, stop being embarrassed about where you are and start getting educated about where you're going. Money is a skill, not a personality trait. Marcus, the guy I told you about at the start of this video, he actually got out. It took him 26 months of intentional payments and some serious lifestyle adjustments, but he paid off all $14,200 of his credit card debt. He didn't make more money, he got smarter about the money he already had. You can do the same thing. All right, that's a wrap on today's video. If this helped you even a little bit, do me a favor, hit the like button. It helps more people find this channel. And if you haven't subscribed yet, join the Dallarneck Finance family right now, because we've got more videos coming that will change how you think about money forever. Drop a comment below telling me which habit you're guilty of. I read every single one. I'll see you in the next one. Stay smart, stay building.